I know it's been a while, guys. I got my son for the month of July, so I've been trying to spend my time bonding with him, having father son time. Um, so that's why y'all haven't really been seeing as many videos from me. But I got to talk about this real quick. So, Team USA just got beaten again, and they lost to Australia. The other night they lost to, excuse me, the other night they lost to Nigeria. Most of these teams have probably been playing together for a while, so they have continuity. But at the same time, U.S. basketball is still supposed to be supreme, right? Yes, Team USA basketball is still supposed to be supreme. However, this roster is flawed. Some of the guys who are supposed to be on this team are still playing. Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Devin Booker. That's just a couple of them. Okay, they're not on the team yet, and Drew and Chris will definitely help. But let's be real. This team has issues. They don't really have a lot of ball handling or playmaking. They lack size and they lack rebounding. They got scorers and shooters. You got Bradley Beal, fucking Zach LaVine, Kevin Durant. You're gonna have Devin Booker when he comes back. Dame Lillard. You got scorers, shooters, Jason Tatum, but you don't really need that much of it. Their tallest guys are Bam, Kevin Love, KD, Jeremy Grant. We don't need to talk about why Kevin Love is on the team. Let's put him to the side. What happens when a team seeks out Giannis or, Joel Embiid, KP? What happens when we have to go up against teams that decide they're going to play big? Can we match them? I always talk about versatility on my channel. I always talk about it. This team ain't versatile. They do too much of the same shit. And again, like I said, some of them guys that are playing in the finals will help Drew, Chris, Devin Booker, but it doesn't help with the main issue here. Who's the playmaker? Who's going to make the plays? Who's going to pass the ball? You got Draymond the ball. Guess what? He's still not attacking. So what difference does it make if he's there if he's not going to attack? He's already got the deal with locking down people on defense, and he's going to focus on playing defense. But come on, man. This is FIBA. The rules are a little bit different. 3-point line is a little bit closer, so people will be a little bit more effective shooting the three ball. But still, man, come on. If a team decides they want to roll out three guys at minimum from forward to center who are like 6'9", 6'10", and above, and they're pretty hefty in size, who's going to stop them on this team? I'm just saying. We don't need to have what we have. What this team probably should have looked like is you probably should have took the best, whatever you want to, most balanced from 25 and under. And I wouldn't have probably taken too many guys that were 19. I probably would have taken like a Zion, a Brandon Ingram, either LaMelo or Alonzo, Ja, Trey, something like that. I would have brought some of those kind of guys, and I would have had like my KD here or an AD here, maybe both. A Miles Turner to help deal with some of that size. You probably can't get God, I can't think of the guy's name. Jordan, DeAndre Jordan. A little bit older player, vet, and I believe he played on the Olympics before. You probably want to get some more size to help with that rebounding. But I'm telling you right now, here's the three places that Team USA is going to suffer from right now: defense, playmaking, and rebounding. That's the three. I would also like to add in a fourth: free throw shooting, but I ain't gonna get into all of that. That's that's the first three. You're small. You don't have the guys to go get your rebounds, so you're gonna lose possessions. For a team that's so offensively geared, the lack of rebounding is kind of like, eh? That's number one. Defense. Drew, Chris in the finals. They're not going to have time to get continuity and grow and practice and develop chemistry. This is going to have to go basically from playing in the finals to, if Team USA qualifies at this point, going playing straight in the Olympics. Yeah. I don't know how I like, that defensively. So you mean to tell me the best defensive version of this team we could roll out is something like Drew, Chris, Dre, Jason Tatum, Bam? I mean, okay, but I'm not impressed. What's the best rebounding? I mean, like, where's? It's too many holes on this team, man. Too many. Why do we have Bradley Beal? Why do we have Zach LaVine? None of these guys play defense at all. Hell, Zion would help because he slows the game down and he allows you to play physical. But he still wouldn't help defensively. I mean, he might get you rebounds and stuff here and there, but still, what do you have to give up for all of that? You're not just going to give him the ball the entire time. This is freaking the Olympics. He's not going to dominate the ball. So what else can he do? You know what I'm saying? You need guys who have passive abilities, guys who have the ability to do other things off the ball, right? You're going to monopolize the ball with Dame and KD for what? For what? This ain't supposed to be one-on-one. Jason Tatum, for what? Why are we doing this? Different rule set requires different things. You got to build your team a little differently. But we didn't. And we gave roster spots to Jeremy Grant, Kevin Love. I'm not sure if Julius Randle didn't or did want to play, but he should have been on this team. He can at least play defense. And he can get physical. And he can go get you rebounds if necessary. If AD still hasn't fully recovered, I understand that. But what about Miles Turner, man? We got to wait on Drew Holiday to get back. I mean, he could pass, I guess, but he's not Lonzo. He's not LaMelo. He's not Trae Young. He's not Ja Morant. All those guys are infinitely better passers than him. Why aren't they on the team? Speaking of Lonzo, you don't have any defense really at the point guard position until Drew gets there. Lonzo should probably be on this team. If I'm just going to be 100% real. Hell, fuck it. You don't even need to have Dame. Give me Trae. At least Trae can play, mate. Shit. At least then it's like, okay, you go from Trae, who's a long-range bomber and playmaker, to you can have Drew come off the bench to replace him. Fair enough. Fine. At least that kind of makes sense. But right now, you're going to get eaten up by guards because you don't have anyone to guard. You got Bradley Beal, who's a scorer. He don't play defense. You got Zach LaVine. He's a scorer. Athletic as fuck. Quick as fuck. My God, he is fast as fuck. I was watching some highlight tapes of him this season. Dude has afterburners. And I remember watching Lonzo try to catch him in transition. Lonzo is fast as fuck, but he couldn't keep up with Zach. Zach is, that nigga is fast. But he don't play defense. So you got two guys who are 3-level scorers and don't play defense? Why? Before we get Devin Booker, who's, I guess, a plus this year on defense, I'm not saying he's elite, but he actually plays. But will he play for this team on defense like that? I don't know. Maybe because his mentor was Kobe, he might. But still, I don't know. So that's what, 3 guys who don't play defense again? Wow. We go to KD, we got him, and we got Chris Middleton. Chris will play defense. KD can kind of play defense. But, okay, you're going to ask KD basically to carry the bulk of the scoring load. At least when he has to sit down, you want someone else who can kind of maybe not get buckets at the same rate he can, but at least is going to be a net positive on defense in ways that he can be. So, I mean, that's what. Okay, whatever. I'll at least give them credit for this. Chris Middleton and KD is not bad. We could certainly do a whole lot worse. I would much rather have Paul George. That's just me. But fuck it. I don't have an issue with KD, Chris Middleton necessarily. Okay, very solid. Very solid. Very respectable, but definitely very solid. Power forwards is Draymond, Kevin Love, Jason Tatum. That's okay. But there's not enough, I think, true shooting or scoring from that position. Okay, fine. You're going to probably run Draymond at the 5 anyway, so he don't count. Bam is technically a PF, but he really plays the center. So you're going to probably slide him over. So really all you got is Kevin Love and Jason Tatum. And you would want a little bit more size there to help with rebounding, but Kevin Love ain't been that guy for rebounding for years. So are we going to ask Jason Tatum to do it? Oh, by the way, he needs to defend. Oh, by the way, he needs to be able to put up the points too. Wow, you're sure asking a lot from him on a team that doesn't have playmaking. Oh, wait, we need that from him too. Wow. Power forward, and I guess we can add Jeremy Grant here too. I'm not even going to pretend like I actually know what position Jeremy Grant plays. I think he's a power forward or small forward, but whatever. I mean, look, it's a joke. It's a fucking joke. Okay? We go to the center, look, Bam and freaking Draymond, basically. Rebound much? No. I mean, I would love to have Miles Turner here. Miles Turner would be, I think, a very good piece. I think if you get Miles Turner, this team looks tremendously different. And it's not because I'm a Miles Turner fanboy. It's just his unique set or combination of skills together, being able to rebound, block shots, shoot the 3, finish at the rim. I think that with his size would be, a mass improvement from what they have. Because right now, if a team puts a guy out there like Joel Embiid, look, Bam and Dre ain't stopping him. Jokic is out there. He's not as physical, but when he gets physical, you still can't stop him with Bam or Dre. And he presents a different kind of problem in playmaking. Greece is going to have Giannis likely. So who's going to guard Giannis? It ain't going to be them. That's going to be a weakness. Hell, even if we go back to just the power forwards, Kevin Love, Jason Tatum, Jeremy Grant, they're not guarding Giannis. Truth be told, nobody can guard Giannis. But I would feel much better if we had like a AD. I would feel much better if maybe we had Jonathan Isaac. I would feel much better if we had. Sorry, y'all, I'm a little tired. AD or something like that. I would feel better if we had somebody who you can be like, hey, look, go out there and just like shut them down. Obviously Ben Simmons isn't going to play for us. He played for Australia and he's not playing, period. But I would love to have Ben Simmons on this team right now. Love to have him. His skill set would shine on this team. He's so versatile. He could play every position you need. He can guard all five positions on the court. This is when you really need his skill set. Even though he wouldn't play for us, he would play for Australia. But my God, this team is just so full of holes. Like, it's so easy to poke holes in this team. First of all, Patty Mills just crushed them. Single-handedly crushed Team USA. And what did I say? No defense at the guard spot. Sure, Drew's gonna come back, and Drew will help. But if Patty Mills can do this to your team, what happens when you play Luka and Drew can't guard him? What happens when you play some of these other teams? And they're gonna have some guys out there that can hoop. Trust and believe. The Olympics every year has guys out there that just show up and play. And some of these guys have been playing for years and have been on the same team, so they know each other's skill sets and everything inside that. They have continuity. It's what makes this Team USA thing more mind-boggling. And to the Zion point, Zion would not help them on defense, and he would be a mere improvement in rebounding. But what he does do is he allows you to give him the ball, and he can just power through people and slow the game down if you need to. Who is that player on Team USA? They don't have that. At least if you get Miles Turner, and you might not want him operating in the post, but look, put the man in the post and say, hey, go make a play. At the very least, I could accept that Zion is a different animal on offense, and you could change. You could do some things with that. If you even want to run point Zion, you know, he's gonna crush any other guard he's up against. So I could kind of justify him a little bit, but even still, he's still lacking in certain areas. And so again, defensively, what is this team gonna do? Who are they gonna stop? They're not gonna stop enough people. And I'm banking on Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday and Devin Booker to save the day. It's like, okay, but they're not going to have continuity. And so they're going to be even more further behind the eight ball. This is ridiculous team building. And I don't mean this in a good way. This is ridiculous bad. This is ridiculous bad. And I don't know what they were aiming for, but hey, y'all got me beat. Maybe it's something in the FIBA rules or something, whatever, that I don't know about. The Olympic rules that I don't know about. I know the 3-point line is shorter, but that's about it. I'm not sure, what's their rule on hand checking and physical defense, but I know the rules are a little bit different. And so, if they could play physical defense, I'm just saying, yes, that means we can play physical defense, but other teams got more experience playing physical defense over Team USA. For that matter, you might be better off having a guy like Pat Bev on the team. And I know a lot of people are like, what, Pat Bev? But look, this is the Olympics. We're not here to play American basketball. We're here to play Olympic basketball. That may look a little different. There's certain guys, like, hell, what was it, the 92 Dream Team? Charles Barkley was the best player when they went. And he's a top five player, but he was better than MJ and the rest of those guys. And I think that was the year he won the MVP going into, what was that, the 92-93 season. I could be wrong um, on my history. I was, 4 or 5 years old at that time. If I'm wrong, someone can correct me on that, but still. This team is just it's disturbingly bad. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna get into the free throws, but I can see where that's gonna be a problem too. But yeah, this is not looking good, and they're 0-2 already. We expect them to dominate. We expect them to be better, and they maybe will get better. But when other teams can come in and beat us twice, and we still got Katie and Dame on the team, and Draymond, you really got to start to look at this in a different light, in a different eye. Either way, what's done is done. They better figure it out. It's your boy Jay Strokes. Y'all have a good one. Peace.